What's up, guys? WWE fan talk show here, doing this live stream. I'm gonna wait for a few of you guys to show up. All right, we got a few people on. So let's announce what this live stream is going to be about. It's going to be NXT Talk. So basically, I didn't get to do a live stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So now it's Saturday, and I'm going to be doing NXT Talk. So basically, on Wednesday, it was announced. I'm glad I didn't do the live stream till now, because then the video wouldn't be about this. But we're gonna have a double champion. We're gonna have a North American champion and an NXT champion in approximately, I don't know when the actual match is gonna take place, but I know next week there is an NXT North American Championship match between Finn Balor, Keith Lee, and Johnny Gargano. Now, I don't really know what to predict for this match. I think it's kind of a dream match, I guess you could say, because three of the best in NXT ever, in my opinion. But yeah, it's going to be great. NXT North American Championship. I'm going to talk about what I want to happen, what my gut's telling me. Like, I have a really strong gut feeling what's going to happen in this. It's not a tournament, but it's like in the double champion thing. I'm going to throw out a few scenarios, and then I want to hear your guys' opinions afterwards. So first things first, let's talk about the North American Championship. Put the NXT title to the side. Get this bad boy up. So let's talk about what the NXT North American Championship, how that match is going to take place, or how it's going to turn out. So Keith Lee, the current champion, has been pretty dominant. Just defeated Johnny Gargano at NXT TakeOver in Your House. And now we're going to have this triple threat. And before this was even announced, Finn Balor, it was posted that he wanted to challenge Keith Lee next for the NXT North American title because he's never held it, blah, 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 blah. I was like, this match is going to be great. Finn Balor is the perfect guy to take the belt off of Keith Lee. It's going to happen. But then they announce, oh, wait, no, it's not going to be that. It's going to be Keith Lee defending the title in a triple threat, and whoever wins that triple threat not only is NXT North American champion, but goes on to face Adam Cole for the NXT world title, and whoever wins that match takes both belts home and is the first ever NXT double champion. So, yeah, that's what William Regal announced. So I'm going to go with what I want to happen. So, in my opinion, what should happen is, number one, I would love to see Johnny Gargano be NXT North American champion again. Can't see it happening, though, just in his current position. I want to see Finn Balor be NXT North American champion, but I also feel like once the quarantine thing's over, they're going to be doing Walter versus Finn Balor, so I don't know how that's going to turn out. So I want Finn Balor to win this thing. I want to see Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. I've been wanting to see that match with a clean finish, because I don't know. That's just something I've been wanting to see. Two former Bullet Club members going at it for both titles in NXT. Maybe have Finn Balor win both belts. That would be great. But that's what I think. That's what I want to happen. But my gut feeling is telling me that they're going to push Keith Lee. He's going to retain the NXT North American title, and he's going to beat Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. So I don't really want that to happen. I like Keith Lee. I don't like him enough for him to be double champion. I can't see him as double champion, especially being the first one or holding both belts. I honestly feel that Adam Cole should come out on top in all scenarios in this storyline that's happening right now. He should come out on top. He's literally the top guy in NXT. He's the face of NXT. And I don't really feel like it's even time for him to drop the NXT title. There was hints that it was going to be Karrion Kross, but there's no, like, come on, guys. He just freaking debuted in NXT. But yeah, what do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be Johnny Gargano, Finn Balor, Keith Lee, or Adam Cole being the first ever double champion? I'm going to read you guys' comments. Here we go. When do you think Keith Lee is going to get his chance to go to Raw or SmackDown? I don't think for a while. Cole should hold the title for around 400 days or so. I think I wouldn't mind if Cole held the belt for another freaking year, to be honest. I mean, I can't really see anybody beating him right now. Maybe Keith Lee, but he's North American champion. I just can't see him as double champion right now. If he wins the NXT title, it'll be on its own. Maybe something that could happen is Cole wins both belts, defends the title, maybe 2 pay-per-views, and then he defends both titles separately. He defends both titles separately, and then Keith Lee beats him for the NXT title or something. Adam Cole has the North American. I'm not sure how it's going to work. Sorry if there's like this freaking glare. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? That's like the main thing about this video is the double champion thing. I'm really curious to see who's going to be double champion. I'd like to see all guys be double champion, to be honest. I can't see Johnny Gargano being double champion. I can't see Keith Lee being double champion. The 2 I can see being double champion are Cole and Balor. And those are the 2 I hope that happen. I don't know. My gut feeling is telling me they're going to push Keith Lee. I don't really think that should happen for double championships. I think he should hold this title before he holds both titles at the same time. I'm not sure. But, yeah. What are your thoughts on this, guys? No, I don't think Adam Cole's going to AEW. He's too big on the NXT right now to, like, he would be an idiot to go to AEW right now. And the position he's in NXT, like, when I think of NXT right now, I think of Adam Cole. Demon Balor versus Cross. That's another thing. I've talked about this before. I'm not a big fan of Karrion Kross. I like the idea. I'm not that impressed by the in-ring work yet. It's maybe because there's so many guys that, like, do the big man moves like him now that it's just like, come on. Adam versus Johnny. I would love to see that again. But they're both heels, so. Matt Riddle, AEW. Nope. Don't think that's going to happen. Do you think I want to see Finn the Demon come to NXT? That's another thing I want to talk about. I feel like they've messed up Finn Balor again. I mean, it's just like I feel like he's not this heel anymore. Like when he came to NXT, he was like kind of a babyface, and then he transitioned into a heel, and he was this hardcore heel, and he destroyed Johnny Gargano. I forget what takeover that was, but he was on fire. It was on a roll. I would have put the NXT title on him then, or maybe the North American. I'm not sure. But now it just seems like he's going back to babyface mode, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think he should be full-fledged heel. I don't know if he should be Demon yet. Maybe he's Demon on the main roster and regular Finn on NXT. Actually, I think Johnny should win because it would be the ultimate heel move. That's true, it would be. Finn Balor should win. I agree. Are you going to get the women's tag titles? Probably. Probably not. It's like $400. And I'm not even the biggest fan of the NXT women's title. Or not NXT. I'm not even the biggest fan of the women's tag titles. The design, I mean, it's a white strap and gold plates. It's pretty generic. I don't know if I want to spend like almost $500 for that belt. If it was dropped down to like 300 or maybe like 250, 300, maybe. Do you plan on becoming a pro wrestler? I am a pro wrestler. Undisputed wrestling fan. I am a pro wrestler. I just haven't wrestled this year, or I wrestled in the beginning of the year, but you know, the quarantine and all that stuff. What do you think of Matt Riddle beating AJ Styles? I think that is the perfect booking. Like, AJ's still strong because he's champ. Puts Adam Cole on a huge pedestal because that's what I think should happen. I mean, they messed up so many times with all these NXT call-ups. They could totally make Matt Riddle the face of SmackDown. They totally could. He's like, he could fit like the Roman Reigns spot. You know, he has a cool bro thing. He can connect well with the fans. He has a cool gimmick. Cool dude. He's super chill, and I think that they could totally do it. And I think that if anybody beats AJ Styles for the belt, it should probably be him, and that would be the smart decision. I wouldn't put him against Corbin or anybody like that. So, bro needs to win the Universal title in a year so he can be ready. Dude, I think so. I think that Matt Riddle should. Super chill. Yeah, he is super chill. Are you going to get the NXT tag titles? Probably. Somebody again just asked about restoning belts. So I got my restoning done through To The Extreme Belts. And if you want to hear their pricing, go to their account on Instagram and Facebook. If you haven't seen my video yet, make sure to go check out my restoning of my WWE Blue Universal Championship. And I have all the links to The Extreme Belts, their email, and their social media. So go check that video out. And in the description, yeah, there is all the links. Corona needs to end, so Roman can come back. Exactly. I know, right? It's getting to the point, though, where, like, I feel like if Roman came back, it would be ridiculous if he got a Universal title shot. I mean, I know he technically is in line for one because he was going to be in the main event of WrestleMania against Goldberg for the belt. But it just doesn't really make sense to have him come back and then automatically challenge and win. It's like you kind of got to, like, work your way up back to that position because there's guys like Braun Strowman who have been busting their ass on every pay-per-view and defending the belt in good matches. And then, like, Roman comes back and just gets the belt. Even though I'm the biggest fan of Roman, I love Roman, I just feel like the booking would be kind of weird. Where are you from? I am from California. Do you think Matt Riddle should win the Intercontinental title? I definitely do. Maybe not yet. Maybe, like, SummerSlam or something down the line. Have AJ defend the title, like, 4 or 5 times. So I know he's defending it against Drew Gulak next week. Maybe he defends it against, like, Big E, like Daniel Bryan said, or Grand Metalik. I really want to see him face Tucker. I don't know. I feel like that match would be kind of good. It kind of give Tucker a little bit of spotlight in the Intercontinental title picture, since Otis has the Money in the Bank and all that. But that would be kind of cool. Of course, Otis wouldn't win. Thank you very much to Agab Mershow for subscribing. Do you think Keith Lee should win the NXT title? Eventually, not double champion. I just don't think that fits his role. I think double champions most of the time should be heels because it's just like a power move. You know what I mean? Matt Riddle should debut on SmackDown. He did debut, yeah, and he beat the Intercontinental Champion AJ Styles. What do you think about people booing Roman? I think that anybody who boos Roman is a friggin' idiot. Do you like Otis? I like Otis. No, I subscribed for long. Me, notice me. Elite Angel Gamer TV random person. So do you plan on being in WWE when you're older or what? Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's kind of hard, though, especially right now. If you have to give it one, which would you give it? The WWE Championship or Universal Championship? Well, I technically don't even have I'd give up the WWE Championship, I guess. The Universal title, the red one, is very special because it's signed by Seth Rollins because I met him in New York last year, so I wouldn't get rid of that one. That would be the last title I get rid of. Should Otis win the WWE Championship or the Universal Championship? If he does, it should be like he should hold the belt for like a week or two. Like, seriously, this is how I would freaking book it. I would book it like this. At Extreme Rules, Braun Strowman fights the Buzzards or the cult leader, Bray Wyatt. He beats Bray Wyatt. The Fiend attacks Strowman, beats the ever-living crap out of him, puts him through like 2 tables, like announcer tables, beats him down with a chair. Strowman's out. Otis cashes in, wins the belt. That week, Bray Wyatt challenges Otis as the Fiend at SummerSlam, beats Otis as the Fiend. Maybe Strowman challenges the Fiend at a later date or something. I don't know. But I just don't, like, as much as I don't really see Otis being Universal Champion, I don't want a failed cash-in again. And last year's cash-in sucked, so even though Brock did win the belt, it was just, like, obvious that he was going to cash in successfully. What matches do you want to see at Extreme Rules in July? I would love to see Christian. I would love to see Randy Orton versus Christian. in a maybe not falls count, maybe like a KO match, like whoever is knocked out first win or loses. I would like to see Braun versus Bray again, maybe like the Buzzards Bray. And then maybe AJ versus Daniel Bryan again, and like a best 2 out of 3 falls match. And then for the tag titles, I'm assuming it's going to be Shinsuke and Cesaro versus the New Day. But other than that, I'm not sure. I think Apollo Crews is probably going to face... I don't know. I've heard rumors that he's going to be turned heel, which should be interesting. You think Sasha Banks should go for the Raw Women's Championship? Hell no. Do you think we'll see Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee versus Adam Cole for the NXT title, NXT Championship, or North American title at NXT TakeOver? Probably not. Restore the NXT title. Well, the NXT title, I'm assuming you mean restone. The NXT title doesn't have stones on it, which is good. Why is there no iPhone 9? Yeah, good question. What type of match would you like to see? Strowman versus Reigns? I would like to see that. I'd rather see that. SummerSlam, maybe Bray turns Strowman heel, and then we get a heel Strowman versus babyface Roman. Will you job out to WWE talent? I would. Edge versus Drew for the WWE Championship. That's something I would like to see, but according to backstage rumors, Edge is out for like 9 months or some crap, which is totally lame. What's your finisher? It's a double underhook DDT. It's kind of like the Future Shock Drew McIntyre's old finisher. It's kind of like that. You should get the Bruno Sammartino WWF Championship made. They have that out there. No, actually, they don't have that made. They have like the Bob Backlund WWF title. How old are you? I am 19. Christian vs. Edge rematch. Am I right? Yep. What championship would you give up in your collection? Probably some sort of commemorative. Sup, how have you been? Pretty good. Fiend figure is so good. Yeah, it's honestly probably my favorite Mattel WWE figure ever produced. Yet. So, I think it's excellent. Next title. If you want to know what my next title is, go vote on the poll. I'm probably going to put another poll out, but there's an old poll from like a week ago saying, would you rather see the Rated R spinner or the Fiend title? So I'm probably going to post that again so you guys get another chance to vote at it. Christian is legit not cleared to wrestle. Yeah, but who knows? Nobody really honestly knows that. I pre-ordered it using your promo code, but it comes early July. Oh, the Fiend figure? Freaking cool. I mean, early July is not too far from now. It's okay, what, a couple weeks? A week or two? You should get the Fiend belt. That would be cool. If you want me to get the Fiend belt, then you push the heck out of it in the comments. Can you get the Fiend Deluxe mask? I would, but it's like freaking $200 for a latex mask, which is ridiculous. What do you think is going to be the new first in the line figure? I honestly have no clue. Maybe they could produce an early image of Karrion Kross? I don't know. Who would you like to see get pushed? In WWE, I would like to see... I'd like to see Kevin Owens get a push right now, honestly. I think Adam Cole should be double champion and have 2 matches at NXT TakeOver and then lose both titles. Yeah. That would be cool. Honestly, what I thought was going to happen earlier this year was everybody was going to lose their titles from the Undisputed Era at the first TakeOver this year. But that didn't happen. Dominic versus Murphy in theory. Oh, that's another thing, guys. I cannot stand this Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio feud with Dominic. Like, it is... I am not buying it, guys. It is just like, that is the last thing I want to watch on Monday Night Raw. I'd rather watch freaking Liv Morgan take on Nia Jax. But honestly, like, I'm not buying... like that I know Dominic can probably wrestle and all, but I'm not buying that he's gonna take out Seth Rollins. Like, there's no freaking way, guys. There's honestly no way. And even if he did, I wouldn't buy it. It's not a storyline I really want to see. Maybe if Dominic turns on Rey Mysterio, but honestly, like, I really used to like Rey Mysterio a lot, but like current Rey Mysterio, I cannot stand. I cannot stand current Rey Mysterio. Like, maybe like 2006 Rey Mysterio. That was like my favorite Rey Mysterio. Which is your favorite tag team? I really like Miz and Morrison right now. Undisputed Era is great as well. New Day, I think, is just like totally washed out. I wanted Seth to give Dominic a curb stomp. Heck yeah. Me too. You think Undisputed Era should be on the main roster? I think if they were to be on the main roster, they should be on Raw. And if they do, they should take over and Adam Cole should be champion instantly. Because, like, this whole developing thing, it's just like, they're on NXT. There's a freaking bird on the patio. But I'm sick of, like, how, like, these guys in NXT, they're NXT champions, and then they come to the main roster, and then they're like, pfft. It's like they need to be, like, freaking shoved straight into, like, a major storyline. And they need to be successful. Or beat somebody major on the main roster. My opinion. Corbin versus Jax. Oh, God. That would be atrocious. Do you have a Finlay figure? I do not. Those are freaking rare. You deserve a Claymore. Thank you. Do you like Charlotte being in all 3 shows? Yes and no. I think having just Charlotte travel around the shows adds more, gives more ability for matches to be seen. I mean, we saw her as NXT champ, and then we could probably see her do something in SmackDown, go back to Raw, and then maybe go back to NXT. That would be kind of interesting. Because it's gotten to the point where Charlotte's, like, literally done everything except for win the tag titles, and I don't think she will win the tag titles. So, when do you think The Fiend will be back in action? Do you think it will be against Braun Strowman for the Universal title? Probably. I really think they're going to do the Buzzards thing right now, and I think Strowman's going to beat Bray Wyatt. I honestly think that would be freaking awesome. Because, like, Bray Wyatt obviously is the same person, but he has, like, 4 different personas. So he could be Universal Champion. If he wins the belt, he'd be Universal Champion as the Firefly Bray. Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt. He'd be Universal Champion as the Fiend as Universal Champion, and then he'd also be Universal Champion as the Follow the Buzzards Bray Wyatt. And I think that would be so freaking cool if we saw him defend the title as all 3 guys. That would be awesome. And then, like, Bray could have the Fiend Universal Champion, the Fiend could have the Fiend Universal Championship. Bray could, the Follow the Buzzards Bray Wyatt could have, like, a snake skin custom Universal title fit to his character, and then the Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt could have the blue Universal title. So that would be interesting. Once again, guys, if you haven't seen my latest belt review, it's on the blue WWE Championship / Universal Championship, restoned by To The Extreme Belts, Tim Vick. Hit him up. And if you want his information, make sure to go to that video, click in the description. I have all the links to his information. So, yeah. Also, comment down below what belt you want to see restoned next. I think the spinner would be freaking awesome restoned. That's definitely probably the #1 contender to get restoned, just because, like, there's so many stones on it that it would look freaking insane. Also, eventually want to get it re-leathered too, so it could be, because, like, out of all my titles, I think the spinner is, like, honestly my favorite title. So down the line, I want to get it restoned, and I probably want to get it re-leathered eventually too, so it could be like the ultimate spinner title. That would be freaking sick. I don't know if there's any other titles you want to see get done, or you would rather prefer, leave it in the comments down below. Who should Velveteen Dream feud with on his debut? Maybe Apollo Crews. Dream is like babyface and Apollo Crews is a heel. I could totally see freaking, what's his name, MVP turning Apollo Crews heel, joining Bobby Lashley, maybe have Shelton Benjamin joining, because, like, they're all kind of connected right now, storyline wise. But just, yeah, build up a huge faction. That would be freaking awesome. Have all 3 factions go at it. You'd have MVP's faction, which would have Bobby Lashley, MVP Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Apollo Crews. Maybe they all go for the titles of the tag titles. And then you have Seth Rollins's his Messiah gimmick group with all of his followers, or whatever you call them. And then you have Andrade. But I think Andrade's little faction's going away. Just because, #1, they don't have Austin Theory anymore. So unless they could pick somebody else up. I would like to see a luchador get involved with them, like with a mask. That would be awesome. Yeah, like the Nation of Domination. Totally. It could be like a New Age Nation of Domination. Your favorite women's wrestler? My favorite women's wrestler is obviously Becky Lynch, but since she's gone, I don't know. I think Charlotte's probably more is probably up there. Hit WWE Fan Talk Show. Love your show so much. As a person, you are cool, funny, the same kind. God bless. Thank you very much, Alfredo. Really appreciate it. Do you think Bryan is overrated? Heck no. Bryan is like my all-time favorite wrestler. New and old. I mean, he's not really old and he's not really new. It's like in between, I guess you could say. But out of everything, out of all wrestlers from any era, he's my favorite. Even though he's not in every era. You know, you get the point. Who's your favorite NXT wrestler? Probably Adam Cole. I think that's everybody's favorite, though. Do you think Roman is overpushed? Hell no. I mean, yes and no. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Because a lot of people think he is overpushed, and then I see it as he's just like a freaking... he's not overpushed. It's just like he's the top guy in WWE, and they want to be the top guy, kind of like they wanted Seth Rollins to be the top guy for a while, John Cena. But I think the thing is that fans, like, they want things, and then as soon as they get it, it's like not to the exact detail that they wanted it to be at, and then they get pissed, and then they don't want it anymore. And that's exactly what happened to Seth Rollins. Everybody wanted him to be Universal Champion, and then they didn't like it anymore, and then that was that. Did anybody see MVP called Lana a thought? It was funny, and I was laughing. Yeah, I was laughing too. That was freaking hilarious. Wrestling fans are salty. Yeah, they're very freaking salty. What is your favorite championship belt? Probably the spinner belt. Again, guys, I want to know what your thoughts are on the double championship match thing coming up between Adam Cole and either Finn Balor, Keith Lee, or Johnny Gargano. Like, what are your predictions? Because, like, you can predict all the NXT North American. You could predict the NXT North American title match, but that's not gonna say who's gonna win both titles. You know what I mean? I honestly feel like they're probably gonna do Keith Lee, but I would hope for freaking Finn Balor. Maybe Adam Cole. They should listen to Rolling Stones. Can't always get what you want exactly. What brand do you think is good out of the three? Out of all three brands, I'm enjoying SmackDown the most right now. I think what they are doing with AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Matt Riddle, I think that's like a freaking golden storyline. Having that title, kind of like treated like a world title, like that's kind of how it is. Like if you were to replace the titles right now, it would totally be a world title storyline, just because of how, you know, big of stars AJ Styles and Danny Bryan are. It just elevates the title so much. But I honestly don't think that Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles feud is over quite yet. You think at some point the fans will turn on The Fiend? I don't think so. I think if anything, they'll turn on whoever books The Fiend or writes for The Fiend. Or makes the ultimate decision for The Fiend. Kind of like what happened with Goldberg. What is your favorite tag team of all time? Mine is the Hardys as well. I think the Hardys are the best, or one of the best of all time. Probably my favorite, just because they're amazing in the ring. AEW or NXT? NXT. I like AEW. It's just like, I'm still growing on me. I still don't feel like a full connection with it yet. I don't feel a connection with the characters. Like, I can't take some of the characters serious. Like, Darby Allin, like, that guy's like, I don't know. I can't take him serious. And then I feel like they do too much crazy, like, too much stuff in one match. And it's too repetitive with every other match. Like, on Dynamite. Like, on Dynamite, they'll put on a match that's, like, pay-per-view worthy, which isn't necessarily bad. But it's bad when it's repetitive every week. Like, when they're doing freaking suicide dives and jumping over the top ropes and doing moonsaults off the top of the ring and, like, diving into the crowd and stuff. It's like that stuff happens, it seems like, every week. And then it happens on a pay-per-view. And then it's just like, oh, I saw this on Dynamite. Why don't I just watch Dynamite? But I don't know. I think that's something they need to work on, is, like, less. They need to do less. Because I feel like some of the time they don't tell a good enough of a story to where you're like, oh, yeah, I remember this specific part in the match that really caught my eye. It's just like super kicks and suicide dives and spiking each other on their heads and pile drivers. Too much stuff like that. And I think people that do that are like the Sammy Guevara guys. But I don't think Sammy Guevara's bad. I think he's really good, and he's probably going to be one of the guys at the future of AEW, as well as MJF. But I think less is better. But yeah. Alrighty, guys. I think that's going to be the end of the live stream. We've been going for like 34 minutes. Make sure to leave a like, a comment, share this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And also leave your predictions for who's going to become the first ever double NXT champion, North American champion, and world champion. Thanks for watching, guys. WWE Fan Talk Show out.